Sudden explosions or fires have been reportedly happening across America at metal plants, food processing or food manufacturing plants, pork processing plants, food pantries, milk plants, fertilizer plants, factories, railways, distribution centers, warehouses, fruit packing facilities, egg production facilities, and numerous turkey farms. Chicken farms and cattle farms have lost a lot of their animals to large fires. Indeed, over 5 million chickens were destroyed last year in 33 days. Over 2 million were destroyed on April 28 at the Allen Harum Foods Processing Plant in Delaware, while 3 million were destroyed on May 31 at a Forsman facility in Minnesota. In May of last year, over 100,000 ducks and turkeys were destroyed in 7 days. Thousands of careers have been lost. There have been hundreds of these sabotage incidents documented. These fires do substantial damage or destroy everything. The Illuminati book Atlas Shrugged exposes future plans. Illuminati Jew Philip Rothschild ordered the book to be written by his mistress Ayn Rand. Her real name was Elisa Rosenbaum, a Russian Jew. Philip Rothschild was the leader of the Illuminati at the time and had many mistresses. The 1,100-page book was written as a novel. However, it is a code book with a step-by-step plan to take over the whole world by collapsing the middle class of the United States, destroying the industrial capacity. Independence and economic output of the middle class requires acts of sabotage. The main power of the Illuminati is finance. The book never mentions the word Illuminati, but says there is an organization that is orchestrating the collapse and repeated acts of mass sabotage. The book was only meant to be read by Illuminati and select members of occult groups who are told to read the book. In Atlas Shrugged, the oil shortage actually doesn't exist. But Illuminati industrialists say that they destroy their own oil wells that supply the public, and then they hide their own oil so that nobody can have it. They state how they destroy the coal mines to shut them down so that the electric supply is shut off. They state how they cripple the country and no food is grown. It states how they derail trains so that no trains travel. It states how they sink and pirate thousands of ships every year. I'll digress to say that. For instance, in the Bermuda Triangle area, over 1,000 ships were pirated and everybody on board was killed and dumped in the ocean in the year 1977. In response, the Florida Coast Guard in 1978 asked people not to sail on pleasure craft in the Bermuda Triangle. In the book Atlas Shrugged, the Illuminati are behind the worsening economic crisis of America. And they have the government pass new legislation to cripple industry all over America that is not under their control. The legislation is irrational and repressive. They also have the government seize and nationalize various industries. They set fire to mills. They blackmail people into giving up intellectual property and signing over patents under threat of having their reputation or the reputation of loved ones destroyed. The target of the reputational destruction is a person guilty of salacious activity. Also, a lot of harvested food rots because freight trains are being diverted by politicians for selfish and private reasons. Every time Illuminati industrialists sabotage their own businesses, they disappear. In the book, these Illuminati industrialists have a hideout where they all live together in a secluded valley that furnishes them with all their needs. Well, we know that the elites who control government have bunkers and underground cities many miles long and have large seed vaults. Politicians and their families will be well fed and protected in the underground cities while America collapses. In the book, the Illuminati gain control of the world by bankrupting their own businesses. The Illuminati owns 99.9% of the stores that you walk into and the gas stations you go to. And they are going to destroy them on purpose. They are in the process of buying up all the stores that they don't own. They buy and or bankrupt businesses that they don't own. They keep in business the businesses they own and will eventually bankrupt, cripple and destroy them during the engineered economic collapse. And the idea of taking over is to bankrupt the whole world where nothing is of any value and the currency does not exist anywhere, and then come back and solve all the problems. And the book Atlas Shrugged ends with the hero John Galt, which is really Philip Rothschild lifting his hand up in the air and drawing the symbol of his organization. The book never says Illuminati. And saying, "We shall follow this symbol back." And the symbol that he draws is the $sign. The $sign is only used in America to represent money. It is thousands of years old. It is found in the pyramids. And it means to scourge or to punish, and through punishment, to purify and make right. That's what it means. That's what America uses to symbolize its money. The idea that the alleged Ohio train derailment in East Palestine released dioxin, vinyl chloride, phosgene and other toxic pollution is just a massive hoax and psyop. There are many crisis actors and fake stories being pushed by mainstream media. The federal, state and local government is attempting to scare farmers and property owners into selling their properties and to do so at low prices. This is known as disaster capitalism, which is something farmers and property owners never would have done if fear tactics were not used. Also, the three biggest investors in the Norfolk Southern Railway Company are BlackRock, Vanguard and JP Morgan. These are Illuminati companies. As many of you know, BlackRock is buying up a lot of real estate, apartments and houses. BlackRock and Vanguard manage tens of trillions of dollars. BlackRock is owned by Vanguard. Vanguard is owned by the richest families in the world, the top 13 Illuminati families. We are told by mainstream media the train went off the rails because the crew stopped the train after one of the wheel hubs overheated, producing fire and smoke. And that the train company Norfolk Southern decided to release toxic chemicals in a controlled burn to prevent an explosion. The mainstream media is an instrument of the Illuminati. It has given a lot of coverage, especially in online articles, to the alleged toxic pollution. That's because the Illuminati wants that narrative to be spread. It's possible that no derailment even occurred. A media frenzy is not sufficient evidence that a particular event has occurred. Regardless, there is certainly no toxic pollution. Farmland is very lucrative. Farmlands in Ohio are prime land. Bill Gates and other Illuminati industrialists are buying up farms. Bill Gates owns farmland in Ohio, rarely under his own name, but mostly uses companies he owns to acquire land. Otherwise, he only owns 9,000 acres in Ohio under his own name. The majority of the farmland in Ohio is owned by foreign investors from Germany, Netherlands, and China. Foreign investors from those three nations own 500,000 acres of farmland in Ohio. Germany and the Netherlands are the two biggest owners of farmland in Ohio. It's possible the Americans, Germans and Dutch want the Chinese investors to give up their farmlands, and to do so at very low prices. The best way to do that is to lie about a toxic pollution event happening. Disaster capitalism is very lucrative. Foreign owners of farmlands rarely visit their foreign farmlands. Some only visit once a year. So it is easy to deceive them about a fake toxic pollution event damaging their farmlands. What catastrophes are scheduled to happen in the future? All department stores, retailers, grocery stores, supermarkets, gas stations, restaurants and fast food businesses will become empty. Electric power, water and gas will be shut off by utility companies. All businesses will be bankrupted. The post office will no longer function. After the collapse, shadow government plans to present itself as the savior and will reformulate the economic system completely. The public will own absolutely nothing. The Illuminati wants to destroy all private property.